Spices and herbs are a great way to add flavor to your dishes. There are all sorts of spices and herbs, and today we're going to show you how to use them.
Studies have shown that many different herbs and spices offer health benefits. They are linked to protecting against chronic conditions such as cancer, diabetes, and heart disease, as well as have antioxidants which can curb inflammation in your body. Okay, Walter, so we have tons of herbs and spices. They look gorgeous. What do we do with them?
Well, the opportunities are limitless, but today we're going to make a popular spice blend called chai.
Oh, it's a spice blend. I thought chai was its own spice.
A lot of people think that, so we're going to walk through. We're going to show you what actually goes into chai.
Sounds good. It'll be education for me as well.
All right, so there's cinnamon.
Yes, it has the highest antioxidant of any herb or spice. Did you know that?
I did not know that, but I'm not surprised.
It's so good and it's yummy too.
The important thing about this particular blend is just pretty much even portions, right? It's 2, 2, 2, and then 1, 1, 1, right? So we start with the cinnamon. So it's 2 tablespoons of cinnamon.
All right. And these don't have to be perfectly accurate, right? Or do they?
No, they don't actually. And it's great that you brought that up because a lot of people think that they do. If you don't like something, pull a little bit back. If you like something more, add a little bit more, right?
Because some people might find them to taste great and some people are like, whoa, it's way too spicy, right? So you can kind of go with your own flavor.
Right, your own flavor profile.
Okay.
So that was cardamom.
Okay.
And these are the cardamom pods.
Oh, and those smell so good. So right before we started, we were smelling these. They smell almost like a candle. They smell amazing. So good.
Then we're adding clove. Again, 2.
Nice, and that gives a wonderful aroma. So if you think of cloves, it's that warm, savory smell.
And it can also be sharp for a lot of people. So if you're that person, it's good to pull a little bit back. Right.
I love it. I'm drawn to that one. What is our next in here?
This is coriander.
Okay, cool. So coriander, we were just talking before, I didn't know it was the seed, right?
The seed for the cilantro plant.
Right, so the seed for the cilantro plant. How many people knew that? It's amazing what you can learn from herbs and spices.
Okay, then we have ground ginger, and ginger comes in many forms, obviously. So you have the fresh root that we use quite a bit that you might shave or add to a sauce.
So the fresh root, a lot of people don't know, you can actually keep this up to a year in your freezer. So you can just break it and just slice it off and use it as you need.
Right.
Kind of neat. It smells amazing.
Right. Next, we're adding black peppercorns, okay? Or black pepper. You can use a white pepper, you can use a pink pepper, whatever you like. I like to buy whole peppercorns and keep them on hand. That's what I fill my grinder with.
So why would you do that versus the ground?
A couple reasons. It lasts longer.
Okay.
It's fresher. There's nothing better than fresh cracked.
Ground.
Right.
Okay.
Another thing that you can do to really enhance the flavors is to toast them in a pan. Just add them to a dry pan. Toast them for 3 or 4 minutes.
No oil, nothing in there, just
absolutely
in a dry
nothing.
pan. Okay.
And then you're using a spice grinder.
Okay, very neat.
Again, you can do that. You can have your toasted pepper, put it in a mason jar, cover it, label it, have it in your...
One of these, right? Just have tons of little labels. So you can make a lot of your own spice blends, which is really cool.
It can also be attractive in a decorating kind of way. If you are doing a number of different types of blends, do a creative label, put it on the shelf, it's right there.
You could even use that like on the blackboard paint and do little things on there, right? It'd be really cute. So this mixture is full, like we just said, of antioxidants, but it's also full of things that can help your digestive system, help to lower inflammation. So these herbs and spices are super powerful.
So I'm using a spice grinder. These are obviously all dry, but if you were using seeds and toasting them yourself, put them in here. Always suggest keeping a separate one for spices and one for coffee.
Yeah, good idea. You might be surprised in the morning, right? So most Americans are getting in so much sodium, and it's coming from processed foods as well as adding it to our foods. This is a great way to add in flavor without adding in all the sodium, correct?
Absolutely. As we were talking earlier, a lot of people think that chai is a spice on its own, where it's a combination, right? And how you can adjust that. It's the same goes for, say, barbecue rubs or Cajun seasoning or Jamaican jerk seasoning. You go into the grocery store and you pick those up. Usually they're laden with salt and sodium, right?
Right. So you can make your own at home without all the sodium.
Absolutely. And the same goes for herbs. You can buy all the dry herbs.
Like we even have here, right?
Rosemary, basil, chive, all those herbs. that you can buy. You can make a combination for an everyday seasoning. Keep it at home, use it on your vegetables, poultry, fish,
Sounds
anything.
great. Well, and that's what I really love, having the fresh herbs at home too. We really do. We keep these in small pots throughout the entire winter because the cost savings is huge. Normally in the store, you'll get about 2 sprigs for how much? Like
$2.99,
right,
$1.99
exactly.
if you're lucky.
You can get a whole plant for maybe $4. It's gonna last all through the winter and give you tons of fresh nutrients. So Walter, there are some strange looking spices here. Will you take us through some of those and what they do and how you would use them?
Absolutely. Well, this is ginger. Ginger we use in baking quite often. It's a very popular spice these days that people are using in elixirs,
Yeah.
basically smoothies and things like that.
Good for digestion. It would actually, if you're nauseous, it'll help to bring down the nauseousness.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, dried peppers, but in the powdered form, chili pepper, I use it in just about everything.
So good.
right?
So there's an active ingredient in it called capsaicin, which actually can help decrease appetite and burn fat. Kind of cool, right?
Now, one of the more popular things and
Yeah.
everybody's talking about these days is turmeric.
Turmeric.
And this is in 3 different forms. There's fresh, and you peel like ginger, and you can
Okay.
use similarly to
Really
ginger.
neat. So with the turmeric, there's also an active ingredient that helps to reduce inflammation. And that's why turmeric has gotten so popular over the last couple of years.
I make a nighttime drink with it pretty much every evening. It's delicious.
nice.
Yes. Peppercorn blends, always great for different flavors. Again, I like to toast them, put them in the grinder, save
Great, and I
them.
love the color. Looks pretty. And then what is this very interesting looking one?
This one's called star anise,
Okay.
and it's just got this wonderful aroma. Again,
Smells like black licorice, correct?
it does. I think it smells great. It's super in baking as well. Ham dishes, pork dishes, making sauces with it, things like that.
Well, as you can see, there's tons of different herbs and spices that you can use all year round, especially in the winter to bring up that nice warm aroma. So try out some great herbs and spices this winter.